Hi guys, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. Today I'll be attending a conference. It's called Lagos Finance Conference. If you're just coming on here for the first time, hi, my name is Mary Sabo and I'm a corporate events host. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in once again. I'll be taking you through behind the scenes of attending a conference. I'm not hosting or doing anything. I'm going with my friend who's going to be hosting. So let's go. YouTuber Mary Sabo.
Want to recognize and bring up the people who have made this possible, right? Golden is not just an organization. As we know, Lagos Finance Conference was brought to us by Golden, and this is not just an organization, it is a full movement. It's a platform built to raise thinkers, leaders, and doers. So please help me make some noise as we welcome representatives from the Golden team to give us the official welcome address and to tell us what this platform is all about. Can we make welcome with a big round of applause the representative from Golden team? Please let's keep clapping until the end here.
It's a great privilege to welcome to Lagos Finance Conference 3.0, and the team is building 10 times better growth in purpose, passion, and profit.
Golden's major goal is to empower you to become financially free. A man who is passionate about raising leaders, building capacity, and making sure that people are built, making sure that this generation doesn't just make noise. It is about making impact. If you know Coach Paul, one thing he's always talking about is impact. Important for us to know that as he's coming up, he's going to be setting the pace for other speakers to come. So the kind of attention you're going to be paying when the other guest speakers are here, that is what you should be paying right now, because it takes a man who has vision, a man that can see 100 times ahead to be able to bring this together. So please put your hands together for the founder of Golden and your host for today, Coach Olubori Paul. Please put your hands together and celebrate him. We can do better than that, can't we?
I want to say thank you to you. Thank you so much. What I want to say to you, I really want you to take this very close to your heart. I am very, very sure that you are going to make it. I am very, very sure. Every single one of you, I am very, very sure. Because coming here alone is a step towards that future you have envisioned for yourself. So for the last time, can you celebrate yourself? The value of greatness that is in you, you have to produce it. And whatever you produce, you multiply it by what? By 10 this year. Lawyers solve legal problems. Doctors solve medical problems. Pastors solve spiritual problems. What problem are you solving? Let me tell you something. If you don't, I am Olubori Paul is solving financial problems. And I've been doing that in the last 7 years. And we have solved for more than 1,000 people. One of the things that we are doing with Golden is to help you to repurpose your life, to give you clarity and direction so that you know what to do. That there is possibility this year.
I learned that the best kind of finance comes from your own calling. For what? Your own calling. You understand? It's best to find your calling and do what? That's my opinion. It's best. You can go and pursue business, which is not bad. But if you find your path, there's power there.
Yes, sir.
There's power there. So I will share 5 points from some of our shared notes, and I'll go. But this is what I ask of you, to honor me, right? Right. I'm actually very tired. We went for, who knows Great Man Targets? We went for a tour, Newcastle, but I know. And I also think that you guys are the guys. You're the guys. I care about those who can speak for you when you're not in the room. Those who can speak for you when what? Say it. My net worth is not my network. Say it. My net worth are those who can speak for me when I'm not in the room. And that takes time.
Yes, sir.
It takes time. What most people want? You want fast. Real wealth is not fast.
Yes, sir.
It's compounded. Real wealth is access.
Yes, sir.
But only a good name. Do you know how many people I cannot trust with access because of that name? Do you know how many times I've heard this? And you know how God is. Those who are close to God, that's your battle will come back to them. I see people here who can't treat these men well. They're foolish. But if you can't learn now to treat this man right, janitor, right, you can't learn it. You don't have the track record of treating people that don't matter right. In your day of exaltation, you won't have it. Because greatness is compounded, it's not one of. Good name is capital. I didn't say a good name that rich people know. I didn't say that. I didn't say a good name that bankers know. No. A good name that everybody knows is what? Because you don't know. Turn every transaction into what? For you don't know. But my point is that with the passion you have, it must be practical. Your poet, I've said, go and do poem. Oh, the next girl child, she will grow like a smile, but you want to do poem. About Galatians and Corinthians. You can do both. Passion must be what? Practical. Unless it's a Pinterest board.
We're going to be having our so
He's the first to welcome me. Put your hands together for Coach Sola Adesakin as a and I want to believe that some of the earlier speakers will have done justice to the topic. Passion into profit is what I have titled my business. 19 years ago, I was earning about $500,000, 500,000 per month. But I was always, by all means, 500,000 is still a lot of money today. Yes, yes. So imagine earning 500,000 18 years ago, and I was still always broke. Chartered accountant, scattered finances. So it is not by going to school that will make you rich. I'm still coming to that. It is not because you have an MD or BSc or PhD, or there are many PhD holders who are broke. Because this passion thing is deep. There are many people who did not go to school in Balogun market who are turning over billions on an annual basis. Education is fine, but remember I'm here to talk about passion. So I was always broke, took some dumb decisions like resigning from a well-paying job, and life dealt with me. It was in that season of my life I realized that because I have a passion for talking. I have a passion for talking to people about identifying their gifts and about navigating their finances because of the experiences. Because listen, I went from earning 500,000 to not having 1,000 naira in my account. I resigned from a well-paying job because I thought, my resume is thick, very heavy. And then I didn't get a job, I got married, I became like a Jonah in the ship of my husband. He also took some decisions, and we were both flat broke. So the things that I learned during that season were the things that propelled me into finding passion and doing what I'm doing today. So what am I talking about? Passion and profit. In 2015, which was exactly 10 years ago, I was in New York for an extended period of time, and a friend of mine organized a webinar. And in that webinar, she was just talking about purpose. In those days, webinars were not common. But she was talking about purpose, and you should find your passion and all of those things. So I signed up for that webinar. And I knew before then that God wanted soon as that wedding finished and received ring, the next day was when I established Smart Skills. And it's been 10 years. Listen, so 24 years ago I qualified, but I tell people that I did not really sit into what was my passion until 15 years after, which was 10 years ago. And I started Smart Skills. To the glory of God, Smart Skills will be 10 years October of this year. Coincidentally, this time last week, I was in the UK. We were having a morning conference. And the lady who held that webinar was at that conference. If you look on my Instagram page, I posted some photos to specially celebrate her. So sometimes the key to finding your passion may be in a webinar or maybe in this program. Something that somebody will say, just listen intently. So that will take you to places that your passport can possibly not take you. I know there are a lot of young people here, and you see people jackpotting. I'm not against jackpot. I'm a Nigerian citizen, but the work that I do has taken me to many places in the world. And I'm not against traveling. But I'm just saying that by the time you find your passion, like I found mine, and what was mine? Teaching personal finance, teaching people how to make, manage, and multiply money. Even before I started to travel, my voice was being heard in places that I had never gotten to. I think one of the things that we must pursue as young people is, who am I? And what have I been gifted to do? Nothing guarantees a good future like a correct picture. And you cannot feature in a future you can't picture. Until you picture it, it won't gravitate towards you. Nobody will say you are, except you say, I am.
I'm connected with you, my darling. City sharing, guys.
It's already in you. You are only unfolding it. You are not going to be great. You are already great.
Yes, sir.
You were born great.
Yes, sir.
Except it was not God that gave you his breath. Everything creates according to his own kind. When God wanted to create the birds, he spoke to the skies. He said, let the skies be teeming with birds. When God wanted to create the fish, he spoke to the water. He said, let the waters be teeming with fish. When God wanted to when he wanted to create plants, he spoke to the ground. When God wanted to create you, he spoke to himself.
Yes, sir.
Does somebody understand what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
There is nothing ordinary about you. Every ordinary thing you have done, you learned how to do it. You are naturally extraordinary. It is your nature. Success is not something you try to achieve. Do you know what you had to come to be able to be the one that was found in your mother's stomach? Okay, let me ask, who is wrong out of the two of them?
None.
Eh?
None.
Are they saying the same thing? But you said none of them is wrong. Okay, how is it possible that two people can have two different answers and you say both of them are right? So in reality, what is the question itself should not be who is wrong, it is what is wrong. Can anybody guess, hazard a guess? What's wrong here? Why are they having arguments when they are both looking at the same thing and they are thinking differently and they are having an argument about it? What is wrong? The position. So are you saying that this guy is in the wrong position or this guy is in the wrong position? Which one of them? Eh? So none of them is in the wrong position. I said what is wrong? But you said to be position. Perspective. Okay. View. Alright. Let me tell you what is wrong. What is wrong is that one person is not willing to give up their position to go to the other side and understand why the other one is saying what he's saying. That if any of them had been willing to just say, hey, I'm interested in knowing, why are you saying 9? Instead of arguing about why I know it is 6. You see, most arguments you see is about two people who are trying to prove their points rather than learn the perspective of the other person. conversation between two fools. And I don't mean to insult them, I'm just saying that these are two people who are unwilling to learn. I always say to people, raise your points, not your voice. But before you raise your points, listen. There is a reason why God gave you 2 ears and 1 head. It is so that you can have both sides of a perspective. Listen to both sides before you take a decision. So I want to show you something called the lifestyle of the rich and the poor. The first thing I want to tell you is that poor people don't become poor in one day. They become poor because of a lifestyle, consistency of a way of behaving, a way of thinking, a way of acting, a way of connecting. Does somebody understand where I'm coming from? Sorry, am I still connecting at the back? Let me hear you at the back if you are connecting with me today. A liability is anything that you own. Whether you are gifted, you inherited it, you bought it, they dashed you, it doesn't make a difference. Anything you own that takes money away from you and needs more money from you to maintain it. Whatever that thing is, no matter how nice it is a liability. But your kurupe, or your kada, or your bus, or your Uber, or your boat, that one is an asset. And you can own a liability and turn it into an asset simply by making sure that even though the car is the one that takes you to the office, on your way to the office you use it as Uber. As a brand who know what you're doing, Sola Adesakin did something, showed us. All those people are not earning because of a particular skill set other than their brand. It's an asset. So it's not enough for you to know people is the poor set acquisition goals, but their acquisition goals are on liabilities. So what does this mean? Very simply, listen. Whenever you hear the prayers of a poor man, they are always for God to answer his request to get a liability. A poor man is always praying for something that he will need more prayers to maintain the thing. A rich man, on the other hand, prays for something that will produce thanksgiving in his life consistently.
Seamlessly navigated roles as a broadcaster, events compare, diction coach, and communications executive. One mindset or principle has helped you manage such a multidimensional career without losing your core.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Me, speaking already, and I know that you've been here all day. Thank you very much, Golen, for asking me to be on this fire panel with these two beautiful ladies. Really honored to be here. As introduced, I'm Gloria Babarindi, a professional compare and a corporate communications executive. So to your question, Juliana, right? What's your name? I am a multi-dimensional woman, all right, in the media. Every time I talk to people, I say when you want to define media, right, and you're looking for a person to define media, Gloria is media. So from broadcasting to corporate comms to event hosting, diction, one thing that has helped me stay at my core is my authenticity, right? So everything you see me do, you find me in there. And in the several facets of your life, whatever it is, you are a chef, you are a dancer, a musician, a photographer, ensure that you stay authentic. And you need a mark that is easy to identify that you're the one. The moment I begin to ask myself, they begin to check, is this Gloria speaking or it's not Gloria, then I know I'm beginning to lose it and I'm not at my core anymore. So that single identity, that in the 4 things that I do or in the other aspect of my life and what I do, you will know that this is Gloria that is doing this, because aside from authenticity, I stay excellent at it. So that has helped me to remain at my core and not lose myself while trying to be multidimensional.
Amazing. Your round of applause for Gloria, please. Read in an interview where you said that it all started with a simple but powerful question. And here's the question, not the question that I have for you though. Why don't more women have access to these opportunities? And from that, remote worker was born, not just as content but as an ecosystem. Can you walk us through that moment of realization when your personal experience transformed into a mission and how you scaled it from content to a platform that's helping African women earn on their own terms?
Thank you guys so much. I just started creating different community journey. I started sharing my tips, my strategies, and everything, and that's how we know what I was doing. We did our first event last year. And for the event, the goal was simple. I just wanted to put women together, women, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to put women together and just show women what's possible. And put other women that are already moving their space and just, let them teach other women. And basically, that was how we know what I was doing. And like right now, after Mr. Fela spoke, I already have an idea for you guys. Yeah. Are you guys ready? Yeah. So basically, it's just that, I just want women to have money. I won't be fooled by what people that have cameras and everything are doing and say, okay, because of that, I'm not going to start. I have to save up money to get. And meanwhile, you have even a technophone, just open your curtains, and you are good. You can start from there, because another thing that people love is a good success story. People don't like polish. Like, you can tell a success story, oh, how I started from my technophone, and then I grew and grew and grew, and now I have my first DSLR. That's a good story. But then you're limiting yourself because you have a technophone and you don't want to look low quality. Sis, bro, please. Start. Just start. And trust me, everything will align.